Pisces. So, last night as I was just kind of minding my own business, I got this really huge hit that I needed to do a twin flame reading. And it's interesting because I feel like there's something that has shifted. Okay, that's interesting that that's the first card I picked out. I feel like the energy has shifted. There's a sense here of balance. Balance has been happening. Healing's been happening on both parts. For some of you, it's even just balancing out the part of you that really wants this connection, craves this connection, longs for this connection. And then the part of you that's practical, the part of you that tells yourself that sometimes in life we have to wait for good things. If something is meant to be, it will come back. If you and this person are meant to be with one another, meant to be friends, meant to be whatever it is, it will come back. Yeah. Clear your energy and focus on yourself before acting. So that's the energy you're in right now. And maybe that's a huge shift for you and this person. For some of you, you've been so used to giving and giving and giving that this is really the first time you've took a step back and said, wait, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? Questioning your motives for maybe over-giving, giving too much, staying too long. For some of you, maybe you've not been investing like that and asking yourself why. But I do feel like the balance that's happening is because you both are focusing on yourself. Getting rid of things that no longer serve you. And Pisces, this could be you, this could be them, but one person, and I'm seeing it clear as day. It's playing like a movie in my third eye, but I can't differentiate between who you are and who they are because your energy is so much alike right now. But it's interesting because one of you's been getting rid of stuff for a while, changing things. Maybe it's been a slow moving process, but one of you's really been doing this for a while. You've been in that energy. You've been focusing on yourself. Maybe you've been going towards some things, going after some things. This person has recently got in this energy, and I'm seeing quick movement because, again, there's a sense here that I feel like you guys are starting to align in the same energy. Where when you first met, it was a push and pull, a back and forth, a hot, a cold, a yes, a no, like polar opposite energies, trying to get on that same wavelength. Understanding that this connection is bringing out the best parts of you. And maybe at one point you've asked for that. You just didn't understand how you were going to get there. It's this person. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. So getting to know each other on a deeper level. Releasing maybe expectations, thoughts of who this person is, who you are. Maybe there's misconceptions of you guys thinking that you truly know each other. But, you know, if there's been time, if there's been distance, whatever it is, people change. Circumstances change. Life happens. We evolve. And if you're not evolving, this is not the channel for you. Because, sweet baby, you got a whole problem within itself. But really accepting and letting go. Again, you both are in that energy. No longer holding on to karmic connections that don't work. No longer holding on to things that don't want to hold on to you. Passion. Feeling inspired to try new things. You know, and it's interesting, as one of you's feeling inspired to maybe get out of your shell, put yourself out there, get the attention on you, start a business, start a hobby. Do you know what the other one's feeling a passion for? I think I want a second chance. Because, you know, again, like I said, there has been an energy of hot and cold, push and pull. Well, you want me, I don't want you. That kind of energy here. And as you're clearing your energy and this person's energy is starting to match yours, you guys are getting on the same wavelength. You guys are getting to a point where you want to understand each other. Not only do you want to be heard, but you want to listen to the other person. And it's really hard to have a commitment with someone if both of you just want to be heard. in the books that I read about relationships development, one of the biggest issues is waiting to be heard and not really listening and learning what the other person needs. So they usually recommend silence. Don't interrupt what they're saying. Once they're finished saying what they've said, give it a moment for you to digest it, because usually the first thing that comes to your mind is a reactive response or a reactive statement. Interesting how I just shared that with you, because I've not thought of that in a while. So you guys are really learning how to have a healthy connection. And, you know, it's interesting because I also feel like maybe it's something that both of you have wanted, but maybe moving towards this, getting that balance, getting that healing. And again, for some of you, it's something as simple as learning, going to therapists to teach you certain things. Maybe it's something as simple as, okay, I have an issue with saying what I mean and meaning what I say. Maybe sometimes some of you will say something and mean something completely different. Not everyone has the ability to read between the lines. And I'm going to be honest with you, not everybody wants to. It is the biggest turnoff for me with a friend, a lover, anyone, if they expect me to read between the lines. Have a backbone, tell me what you want, tell me what you need, or you're not going to get that. That's just how I am. That's my personality. So I'm feeling that in this reading, a second chance coming to surface. This person feeling like they want to do something they've never done before. And it's come after you. How are they viewing you at this moment? How are they viewing you at this moment? How are they viewing you at this moment? Interesting. So the first thing I heard was you're a little out of reach. And then the Five of Wands flipped. This could mean competition. They could view you as someone who's getting what they want. You're getting wish fulfillment. Maybe you're getting recognition. Maybe there are people starting to recognize you, wanting to build with you, wanting to choose that path with you. Okay, how do they view you? It's interesting because as soon as I started getting into the tarot portion, I'm starting to have a hard time breathing. I'm getting really anxious. And I get like this when I know that I have to do something that makes me feel insecure. So usually the only time I will feel like this is when I was in college and I would have to get up and in speech class. So I'm getting like a panicky energy. This person is panicking. Maybe because they do feel like you're getting other attention. Feeling conflicted about that. Also viewing you as someone who's not going to settle. You know, the Five of Wands is saying no. No. I'm at conflict. You're not going to get what you want. Yeah. They could view you as someone who's wanting something very traditional, willing to fight for that. Someone who's a go-getter. It's only a matter of time before you get what you're wanting. It's just more of a who are you going to get it from? Who are you going to choose to have that happiness with? Seeing you as someone who's very attractive. Seeing you as someone who's very charismatic. You know, the energy, again, that I bring up on this channel time and time again with the Queen of Wands is a very feminine energy. The kind of energy that when you get out of your car or your truck, people are looking at you. And you might be like, why are all these people staring at me? There's something about you that makes these people turn towards you. When you come down an aisle and every person on that aisle can feel the energy shift, so they have to turn and look at you, like, what? Do you understand the power that just you standing in a certain area has? That's how this person's viewing you. You know, when you walk in a room, you conquer that room. You demand the attention unapologetically because you are who you are. And the universe supports you for that. I'm getting an energy as well where even animals will do this. Where you'll walk by an animal and an animal will stop and like look at you like, whoa, did you see that human? There's a sense here of just compassion, love, empathy. You just radiate this nurturing, I want to care for everything that cares for me energy. Viewing you as someone that people would fight over. There's something here where there's questions about each other's intentions from the start. So I do feel that like there's been conversations that have been left not even just unspoken, but there needs to be further conversations, further details given, further details known. I'm getting an energy of both of you being unsure what each other's intentions was from the start. You know, because I feel like you guys, again, you triggered some things within one another. There was a safe coming, but there was also I need to focus on myself because you're making me scared. What if you do leave me? What if you think I'm not enough? What if you decide to ignore me? Or maybe there was even an energy here where someone felt really cold, very detached, not wanting to see something, keeping a lot to their self. And it was to get you guys to that self-care energy so you guys could get on the same path. And it's interesting because I feel like this person's recognizing that you are their 10 of Cups. What did I just say? Recognizing, and the sun's right here. What? The moon's right beside it. The devil. It's interesting because, you know, in a lot of readings, the term feeling obsessed with you has been coming up. And it just come up again. But what I heard is when feeling obsessed over you. Because it's like you stung this person. You stung their heart, their headspace. I can't get you out of my mind. But it's healthy. It's healthy is what I'm getting. And healthy obsession of wanting some sort of second chance. Feeling like you guys both deserve that. And as we're sitting here talking about this balance and this shift, I feel like you guys could really fucking make it work. Because you guys have shifted so much. Again, recognizing, okay, give me the energy about the future between these two. Because I feel doing a lot of self-reflection on this. And it's an energy, especially with the 5 of Cups as well. This person is saying, you know what? I didn't even give this a fair shot. Neither one of us did. And maybe you do say, you know, I tried to make it work. But let's be honest with ourselves. If you guys could have gave it your all back then, do you truly feel like it would have worked out? Usually no, because one of you will go through a spiritual awakening. Again, I feel like the self-care, the self-love, a lot of self-action needed to happen on both of your guys' part. Releasing a lot of things that maybe you guys were clinging on to. Mindsets, people, thoughts, all of that. It wasn't going to serve you in this connection. But when you both think about it, there's a sting still. There's an energy of, you know, I want to give this a fair shot. I want to give this a chance to go somewhere. Paying attention to when they didn't. How are they feeling towards you? Have we noticed my scattered energy? I'm feeling very scattered. I'm feeling very, somebody could work somewhere or somebody could be surrounded with music constantly. I literally have a radio going off in my head and it's really distracting me. So I do feel like for some of you, there's been a sense here for a long time, somebody's tried to use distractions. Distractions ain't working. The only thing that this did was make someone take more time and more space to hold you in and to reflect on this. Everything was going to unfold in divine timing. You know, it's kind of an energy of like, I'm going to water this flower. I'm going to water this flower. I'm going to water this flower. One day we quit. We think it's done. We think it's dead. But what you've not realized or even noticed or knew is that maybe that flower pot had a little reservoir of water down there and it's continued to water itself. That's the 7 of Pentacles for me. You know, putting in the efforts of you showing up for this person, having those conversations, planting those seeds, stinging them in their heart, and they're reflecting on that. They're reflecting on how at one point they didn't think that it was worth picking those investments from the tree. They stood there, they thought about it, and they stood there. But again, that self-care has helped. I'm tingling. My arm is tingling. My arm is tingling. A cycle being completed here. Finally seeing changes. Finally seeing movement forward after feeling like it's been stagnant for so long. But again, self-reflection. Self-reflection's helping a lot. What is this person self-reflecting on? How they maybe waited to try to make this solid. Interesting. Hold on a second. There is a waiting energy here. This person could have put money before you. For some of you, this person could have been in a place in their life where they really weren't ready to invest in a connection or in someone, trying to use their intuition. And I feel like you've been trying to use your intuition too, and your intuition is telling you that this is coming back around. There will be some sort of second chance, some sort of leap. But I do see that you could be unsure at that point, you know. It's interesting because we have the ship back here. There's lightning coming down. The water is rough. At one point when you were with this person, it felt rough. It felt chaotic. It felt never ending. Is this going to work? I want this to move forward. I want action being taken. But what you might not be knowing or seeing is that your investment was paying off with this person all along, but they waited because of the Ten of Pentacles. They could have had, again, money, security, something that they wanted to make their focus. And they could have had to make a head over heart decision. Go after security or go after something that makes you happy, that does make you want to get back out there and have fun again. You know, and it's interesting because if this person did choose a job or money or family or security or something like that, it's like, you know, this person doesn't apologize for that decision, because I feel like at the end of the day, they couldn't have maybe spoiled you the way that they wanted to, went out with you the way that they wanted to. All of those things wouldn't have been possible if they wouldn't have made that head over heart decision. Again, growth needed to happen here. Both of you recognizing that the reason that we couldn't make it work in the past is because maybe, just maybe, the foundation we would have built wouldn't have been solid enough to actually last. Now the people that we are, the people that we're going to actually come to the table as now, have grown so much, has reflected so much, has maybe even seen so much that we understand more about ourselves, but also about the other person. Other people's actions aren't a reflection of us. It's a reflection of them, what they've been through, and sometimes what they need. And sometimes we have a tendency to not hear what someone's telling us, but to hear what we want to hear. You know, someone can come straight to you and say, I don't want a relationship right now. You hear, give me time, I'll want one with you. That's not the same thing. But now you guys are coming to the table with no expectations, really accepting what has been, accepting who you guys are, not wanting to change one another. Maybe at one point this person felt like they needed to hide their self, because I do get an instance where this person felt that they needed to hide who they truly were, or maybe why they were having to make this choice, feeling like you wouldn't have understood. Yeah, and it was a burden. Feeling like you wouldn't have understood. That's a weight that they've had to carry. Having success and victory, now wanting love, now wanting that reunion and that celebration. That's so interesting. Okay, so what are they wanting with you? Actually, let's get a different deck. What are they wanting with you? What is this twin flame wanting with you? Doing a lot of self-reflection, planning for the future, knowing that there's a path that needs to be chose, Thinking about the past, reminiscing on the past. This could be being ready to choose love. Feeling like there's a lot of possibilities. But the possibility that they want to give into is the one that they can't quit thinking about. And that's you. That's this investment that they feel like, you know, I really didn't give that a shot. So it's an energy of, when I think of you, I think of someone I could have had a connection with, but I was at a time in my life, a place in my life, where maybe I couldn't be 100% honest and vulnerable with you. But I want you to know that you've always had a special place in my heart. I want you to know that I've always held you near and dear. And don't take lack of truth or clarity as a disrespect. If anything, it's me trying to carry the burden of how highly I do think of you. I don't want you to carry my burdens. I don't want you to carry my truths, my mess ups, my decisions. It's like this person doesn't want you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to put this into words. It's very interesting. Wanting you to recognize they had to make a head over heart decision. And if they would have followed their heart, it would have been with you. But they could have, again, not been ready for that. Neither one of you were ready for that. But now wanting to choose love. Wanting to choose you. Reminiscing on the past. Again, knowing it's time for some sort of direction. There could also be some sort of cycle being completed here as well. Yeah, some sort of truth being told to you. This person could be telling you about something. They could be some sort of truth. Interesting. Feeling sad and disappointed, holding back, wanting to balance things out, wanting to invest, feels like you're their happiness, but is also very guarded when it comes to giving love, feeling like they need to heal some more, feeling like they just got out of rough waters into calmer waters when it has to do with their stability, not wanting to jeopardize that. They could be spying on you. There could also be some sort of message of truth that's going to be coming in about some sort of cycle that's been completed. This person could not be collaborating with the same people that they used to. So what are they hiding and keeping to their self? Four of Wands, something to do with stability. Nine of Wands, feeling tired, feeling exhausted. A lot of Wands energy. That's a lot of passion. That's a lot of fire. This person's feeling inspired to do something, but they're in a moment right now where they're juggling. It's like this person's going to get to a point where they're ready to sacrifice everything they've ever known, everything that they've ever been. But right now they're like, do you want to though? You know, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Maybe this person feels like they're surrounded by snakes and people that they can't trust, ready to shed that skin. Again, wanting to try things that they've never done. Because, you know, maybe you've been also feeling this inspiration to completely redo your house, completely redo your picture frames, completely redo your truck. Okay, let's pressure wash the house. Like, we're going to completely change things. You're not the only one getting that energy shift. They are as well. But it has to do with you. Yeah, they're feeling really sad and disappointed. Wanting movement when it comes to some sort of second chance. Wanting some sort of communication. Feeling like it took them a long time to get out of rough waters into calmer waters. Feeling like, okay, so there's something to do here with this head over heart decision. They did what they felt was morally right at the time. Period, point blank. They didn't feel like they could have chose you. They didn't feel like they could have chose love. It isn't that they don't love you. It isn't that, again, they don't think highly of you, because they do. But when you think of highly of someone, and when you love someone, you want what's best for them. And sometimes you might not be what's best for them. And that's kind of what I'm getting. This person knew, I can't give you everything you want, you need, you deserve. I can barely give myself what I want, what I need, what I deserve. And at this moment, I don't feel like you're going to understand why I'm doing what I have to do. So I'm just going to have to take action because that's what I need to do. And I personally don't think you have a place to question that. That's what this person needed to do for themselves. But this person is recognizing, that it worked. It worked. What they did worked. They're feeling comfortable. They're feeling successful. They're feeling victorious. So their head over heart decision worked. Again, it was morally what they felt they needed to do. And they did it, and it worked to their advantage. But there's also an instance here of, I wish I could have chose love. I wish I could have chose you. Because I'm alone. I'm alone. How am I about to cry when I said that? Ooh, 10 of Wands. And that could be something that burdens them. That they're now alone. They miss that flirting. They miss talking to you. They miss that fun, creative energy you brought to the table. Wanting to come in very quickly towards you. They could get to a point here in the next few weeks of really juggling coming towards you. They could run into you. They could randomly see something about you. There could be something that's going to trigger them to be like, oh, you need to reach out to Pisces. You do. Feeling like you might not take their offer because they didn't invest with you in the past, even if they did come in. They know that you're waiting for them. Energetically, they know that you're waiting. They also know that you've been bringing so much balance, that you're a different person, and that you're only willing to invest in something that you see working to your benefit. At one point you see this connection working to your benefit. At one point you seen this person as someone who was going to give to you. And I feel like since then you have learned otherwise. What did I just say? I cannot give you what you want or deserve. I'm sorry. That's not even from a deck I was going to choose. That's interesting. That is the past energy. Feeling like maybe you've lost faith in them. Feeling like, you've moved on because you don't see a future with me. When in reality, you had to choose yourself. You both did. And I think that's amazing. So they're going to get to a point where they're going to get so burdened they want to come towards you. And there is going to be a back and forth energy here in the next few weeks of them really wanting to reach out. For some of you, I see them doing it. For some of you, I see them really thinking about it. Like, I'm going to send that text. No, I ain't. I'm going to call you. No, I ain't. But God, I want to. That's kind of the energy here. I feel the sexual tension. I knew exactly what I was doing. See, that's what I'm saying. Head over heart decision. They had to do what they had to do. I can't do this. Interesting. That could be the message of truth you're going to find out. This person could walk away from something that they got tired of doing. Again, faking their emotions, faking their feelings. This could be a job. This could be some sort of facade, mask, illusion that they've continued to portray, and they got tired of doing it. This person is tired of having a wall up. This person is tired of having a mask on. This person's tired of acting like someone they're not. It's really hard to show up in a world as someone that you're not. The easiest person to show up as is your authentic self, period. People don't have to like it. Who cares? Who cares if they like who you are? Who cares if they like whether or not you like tarot? Who cares whether or not they like who your boyfriend, your girlfriend is? If you're dating girls, if you're dating boys, if you're dating a dog. I might need to get a therapist for that one. But this person's tired of doing something that maybe other people want them to do. They're tired of being someone who doesn't feel aligned with them. You feel aligned. What'd I just say? I see life differently. Feeling a lot of passion. Still feeling a lot of pain from the fact that they didn't want to let you get close to them. That they did have to make a head over heart decision, and at one point they couldn't choose you. And I'm sorry for that. And I want to feel that way again. Wishing they could go back. But it's interesting. Yeah, you inspire me. I can't get enough of you. Wanting you in more ways than one. Feeling like they've never known a more unconditional love than a love with you. This person really does feel like this is It's nurturing. It's a nurturing love. That's the level you guys are getting on. Getting to a point where it's like, you know what? I love you enough that if you're not with me, it's fine. I love you enough that all that matters is that you're happy. Getting on that same wavelength. It's really, I feel like it's going to bring you guys together. All right, my loves, we're going to leave that here. Have a blessed day.